50 times the size of the Pentagon. That is not a metaphor. That is the actual footprint Tesla and SpaceX just announced for a chip factory in Grimes County, Texas, a building so large that when someone asked for a banana for scale, Grok, Elon's own AI, replied that the banana is basically a quantum fluctuation. And while the concrete is still entirely theoretical, the prediction market spent the week pricing a 60% chance that Tesla and SpaceX stop pretending to be two separate companies at all. It was that kind of week. Welcome back to Tesla Weekly, the show where I read 7 days of the Tesla timeline, the company, the fans, the reporters, the entire caffeinated ecosystem, so you can spend your week doing literally anything else. I'm Jim. This week runs August 1st through August 8th, and the docket is stacked. The largest building in human history, self-driving, marketed like a breakfast beverage, a $10.1 billion solar surprise called Project Crystal Sun, sales records on 3 continents, and a state rebate program that evaporated faster than free donuts at a safety meeting. Quick favor before we dive in. Subscribe so next week's episode actually finds you. Tap the like button so the algorithm respects us both. And drop a comment telling me which Tesla story you want dug into next. I read every comment, usually while a car drives me somewhere. Allegedly. Let's go. Story 1, on Thursday, Tesla and SpaceX jointly announced Terafab, a semiconductor factory coming to Grimes County, Texas. The pitch: both companies will need far more chips than the entire planet currently produces, so the obvious fix is to build the planet's biggest building. Elon says Terafab will be the largest and most valuable building on Earth by far, and, quote, stunningly beautiful, which is a bold promise to make about a chip factory in rural Texas. Let's talk scale, because the numbers are genuinely silly. Over 100 million square feet, 3.6 square miles, 50 times the Pentagon. One fan posted a comparison graphic where Giga Texas, the Pentagon, Apple Park, and the Mall of America huddle together in the corner like frightened villagers. The initial phase alone runs $16.8 billion, with, quote, potential future expansion phases bringing total investment much higher, which is the exact sentence CEOs hear in their nightmares. Elon, for his part, posted the word Terafab on its own, no context, and collected 67,000 likes because at this point the man could post a gas station receipt and it would trend. His back-of-the-napkin math for where all those chips go: roughly a quarter of the output feeds Tesla's Optimus robots, and 3/4 goes to AI spacecraft. So the most expensive building in history is being built primarily for robots and space computers, and there are already 36 job listings up in case you've always dreamed of doing lithography inside a structure visible from orbit. Story 2, FSD Week. Tesla's social team woke up this week and chose evangelism. The main account declared there's life before FSD supervised, and then there's life after, which is the kind of sentence you usually hear from someone handing you a pamphlet at the airport. Then came the coffee math. FSD keeps you 7 times safer for about $3.33 a day, less than the average cup of coffee in the U.S. That is Tesla's own number, served with Tesla's own confidence, and I'll simply note that my coffee has never once merged onto a freeway for me. Europe got its own pitch: 2.2 million kilometers of training and testing across 19 EU countries, and in France, Tesla says its test fleet has logged over 121,000 miles with no notable incidents, a statistic aimed at regulators the way you aim a laser pointer at a cat. Meanwhile, the odometer keeps spinning. The global fleet crossed 13 billion FSD miles this week, up a full billion since the middle of July. 1 billion miles in under 3 weeks used to be a space program statistic. Now it's a Tuesday. The converts had a big week, too. Overtreating. Redline Reviews, a car channel with over 1 million subscribers, tried FSD for the very first time and reported, quote, "My mind is blown right now." Sawyer Merritt posted his 76-year-old mother's FSD usage chart, which is essentially a flat line at "the car drives now, dear." And down in Austin, the unsupervised robotaxis are officially working the night shift, cruising around at 9 in the evening with nobody up front. The only silence came from the Whole Mars blog account. 0 posts on our roster all week, which, for the internet's most committed FSD evangelist, is either a vacation or the strongest endorsement possible. Presumably, he's in the back seat, asleep. Story 3, the scoreboard. Whatever's happening in the discourse, the sales charts had themselves a week. China, 93,579 cars sold in July, up 37.8% from last year, Tesla's best July ever in the country, and the 9th straight month of growth. Australia, 4,778 cars, also a July record, up 404%, a number so big it usually only appears in error messages. More than half of those were the new 6-seat Model Y L, which Australians apparently cannot buy fast enough. France, up 86%. Denmark, up 52%. And then there's California, which launched the rebate for first-time EV buyers on August 3rd, $3,500 off, right at the point of sale. Tesla's share of that fund lasted 5 days. 5. On Thursday, there was 30% left. 22 hours later, gone a pile of state money vanishing at a speed normally reserved for concert tickets. Tesla is also posting job listings in Buenos Aires to prep a launch in Argentina, because apparently there was still one hemisphere with money left on the table. Now, the competition would like a word. Ford announced its budget electric truck, the Fathom, starting at $28,350, with deliveries in late 2027, which in EV time is roughly 4 software updates and one more drained rebate program from now. Story 4. While Terafab hogged the headlines, Tesla quietly filed paperwork for yet another Texas mega project. It's called Project Crystal Sun, a $10.1 billion vertically integrated solar cell factory planned for Fort Bend County, about 40 minutes from Houston, promising 9,712 permanent jobs. And can we talk about that name? Project Crystal Sun sounds less like a factory and more like something a wellness influencer sells you for your chakras. Sawyer Merritt tried to catalog everything Tesla and SpaceX are building in Texas right now. Terafab, Giga Texas, the Solar Fab, the Works, and the list got so long he had to post a follow-up because he forgot an entire lithium refinery. That's where we are. The projects have outgrown the superfans' ability to track them. On the battery side, Megapack 3 production officially started at Tesla's third megafactory. Each unit holds 5 megawatt hours and weighs 86,000 pounds, roughly 7 elephants that have stopped exercising. Elon popped in to congratulate the team. A new $125 million Megapack site went live in Needville to feed the Texas grid, and in the corporate version of buying from your own farm stand. SpaceX disclosed it purchased $295 million of Tesla Megapacks in the second quarter. That's over $800 million worth since last year. One Musk company is now one of the other Musk company's best customers, which brings us to a certain prediction market. Hold that thought. Story 5, the merger watch. SpaceX reported earnings as a public company for the first time ever this week, and normally that would be Nextdoor's news, except the week kept smudging the line between Nextdoor and the living room. Kalshi, the prediction market, priced a 60% chance that Tesla and SpaceX merge before 2028, and a 40% chance the word merger would come up on the earnings call itself. And honestly, look at the tape. The two companies are building Terafab together, splitting a $16.8 billion bill. SpaceX is buying Tesla batteries by the hundreds of millions. And Elon told the earnings call, quote, outside of China, Tesla and SpaceX are the two best companies at hardware, maybe even including China. One sentence, 2 compliments to his own companies, and a light jab at an entire nation's manufacturing sector. As for what all that shared silicon is for, about a quarter of Terafab's output is earmarked for Tesla's Optimus robots, on which Elon offered the detailed analyst-grade guidance, quote, Optimus will be epic. 20,000 likes. The man's investor relations strategy is vibes, and the vibes are, to be fair, performing. Now, whether any of this actually ends in one giant company with a rocket division and a car division, I have no idea. I just read the timeline and report what the market is pricing in. But when two companies share a founder, a state, a chip factory, and a battery supplier, the betting crowd clearly doesn't think it's a long shot. And that's the week. A building 50 times the Pentagon, self-driving, priced under a latte, a secret solar project named like a healing crystal, sales records from Shanghai to Sydney, and a market quietly betting that the two Musk companies eventually just hold hands. Tesla Weekly will be back with 7 more days of this, because if this week proved anything, it's that Tesla does not do quiet weeks. If you made it this far, run the full combo for me. Subscribe so the next episode lands in your feed, hit the like button so the algorithm keeps our lights on, and leave a comment telling me which Tesla story you want dug into next. The robotaxi rollout, the Crystal Sun paper trail, Optimus, dealer's choice. I read every single comment, and the best ones steer the show. I'm Jim. This has been Tesla Weekly. See you in 7 days.